Hey K-popers, welcome back to Hallyu and welcome back to a brand new K-pop news roundup. Chuseok has brought a fresh batch of huge K-pop news this week. Blackpink had a once unthinkable girl group achievement, BTS and Dynamite continued to dominate global music, Super Junior's Ryeowook finally revealed his mystery girlfriend, and so much more. Before we get started, a quick thank you to Hallyu's honorary producers. If you want to be on this list and show off your bias group to everyone watching, you can support my work on Patreon. Patrons also have a say in lots of videos before they're released, so if you want to leave your mark on Hallyu, come join us over on Patreon. Alright guys, let's jump right in. This is your K-pop news roundup for October 4th, 2020. Let's start off with Blackpink, who are all the rage right now with their massively hyped album dropping 2 days ago along with its lead single Lovesick Girls. Blackpink has made girl group history this week as they surpassed 1 million pre-orders for the album. This is a monstrous feat and no other girl group has ever achieved this milestone. Obviously with the pre-release singles, the teaser images, and countless other promos, we all knew this release was going to be big, but now it's officially historic. Interestingly, before 2020, no K-pop girl groups had eclipsed the 500,000 sales mark, and now, not only have Twice and IZ*ONE done that, but now Blackpink has cleared 1 million. What a year it has been for girl groups in K-pop. And while this is technically still a rumor, though a reliable one at that, Blackpink are up for several Grammy nominations for their collaboration with Selena Gomez. Ice Cream is submitted for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Pop Duo Group Performance, and Best New Artist. The album has also earned the biggest debut of all time for an album by a female group on Spotify. And to top it all off, it has hit number 1 on US iTunes. Though, did any of us really doubt that this was going to happen? And now it's time for the weekly BTS recap. If you guys can think of a fun name for this new mainstay section in the news videos, let me know down in the comments. First off, Dynamite has repeated at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in its 5th week since release, meaning it has now spent 3 weeks at the number 1 spot. And Billboard has also confirmed that Dynamite is the first song ever to be number 1 on their Hot 100, Global 200, and Global 200 excluding US charts simultaneously. Basically, what this means is BTS earned the first ever Billboard All-Kill. And speaking of all-kills, BTS also passed the legend IU this week for the most hourly perfect all-kills in history. IU currently has 682 hourly perfect all-kills. The boys also held an interview this week with Variety and discussed their donations to Black Lives Matter from earlier in the year, as well as other causes for which they've been advocating. Among other things, Jin said that prejudice should not be tolerated, and Suga said they're trying not to be political, but that, quote, ours are initiatives that any person who wishes to live in a just world would want to pursue. And like Blackpink, BTS have been officially submitted for several Grammy categories. Their album Map of the Soul 7 is up for Pop Vocal Album and Album of the Year, while Dynamite is up for Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Pop Duo Group Performance, and Best Music Video. And last but not least, BTS are now the most viewed artist on YouTube of all time, passing Maroon 5. And something important to note here is that this is only counting official videos. I suspect that if you count fan cams and all the other fan content with BTS fans, this title would have been BTS's a long time ago. Super Junior member Ryeowook has finally revealed who he's dating. The news broke from Spot TV News on September 29th that his girlfriend is former Taeyeon member Ari. Since then, label SJ, the sub-label of SM Entertainment, confirmed it and confirmed that they've actually been close for a while. I'm personally really happy for Ryeowook and Ari. I'm glad that SM is not trying to stop them from living their lives together, and I really hope they have a wonderful relationship together that lasts a long time. The South Korean government is stepping in and taking big measures to protect trainees and hold agencies accountable for their treatment of underage trainees and idols. As we all know, this has been a big problem historically, especially in smaller labels, so the Office for Government Policy Coordination has prepared a plan, and here are some of the highlights. First of all, much more information about each agency is going to be publicly accessible on the Korea Creative Content Agency's website, including which celebrities are in the agency. Every agency is going to be reviewed every single year, and if an agency's information is deemed deceptive, untruthful, or hard to obtain, they'll be facing strengthened fines and restrictions. There will also be a new special police force who cracks down on unregistered and fraudulent agencies. Another area they're targeting is auditions, which are taking place largely through personal connections and are therefore not very transparent. So, audition notices will now be posted on association websites publicly, and these auditions will have to adhere to new guidelines. And finally, there will be standard contracts drafted for underage celebrities for TV appearances and for their labels in general to ensure that their rights are not being infringed on by the label writing a bad contract. All of these changes are very, very welcome in my opinion, and this is a great step forward by the government to protect all of our favorite idols. Alright, now let's take a quick break before we get to more news to talk about some great new releases from the past week. It was a bit of a slower week this week since it's Chuseok season after all, but the quality was absolutely still there this week. Where else could we begin other than Blackpink's brand new lead track, Lovesick Girls? Super Junior's longtime duo Donghae and Eunhyuk dropped the song No Love. Jin Ah released the easy listening track Dreamy Alarm. Girls' Generation member Taeyeon added to her Japanese discography this week with the song #GirlsSpkOut. Hyunseung, formerly of Boyfriend, released the song Windroad. And of course, last but not least, Stray Kids dropped the MV for Any with their patented stellar cinematography. There were of course lots of other songs released this week too, so share the new music you've got on repeat down in the comments. Personally, I've been quite impressed by Blackpink's release and is by far my favorite of the singles on the album. And I should give a quick shout out as well to the BTS cover of Savage Love that they did this week with Jason Derulo and Josh685. Alright, now back to the news. BIG's Benji has confirmed the unfortunate news this week that BIG has disbanded. The GH Entertainment Group debuted on July 9th, 2014 with the song Hello. Mamamoo are having a comeback in November. The release schedule will be out soon, but we already know it'll be out in the early part of the month. And speaking of comebacks, B1A4 are coming back as 3 members and releasing an album for the first time in 3 years. They'll be releasing a full album, which WM Entertainment confirmed on September 29th. Wonho's label has confirmed what Wonho mentioned at his solo concert, which is that we can expect a comeback from him by the end of the year. We Girls have teased new members on Instagram. As of right now, there are 3 official new members, dubbed A, Y, and R, but it's expected more official announcements are going to be coming soon. Billboard held a fan-voted poll this week for their favorite girl group of all time, and K-pop swept the podium. Red Velvet's Perfect Velvet took the top spot, Twice's Fancy You came in second, and FX's legendary Pink Tape stood the test of time, coming in 3rd place. Twice has finished the MV filming for their upcoming comeback. They actually worked with a different production company for their MV this time instead of their usual company, Naive Creative Studio. So I'm very curious to see how this translates to the style of the music video. KDA announced their fandom name this week, and it's called Blades. This is some serious commitment by Riot Games. They've been dropping teaser images for the EP, releasing a fandom name, even a light stick, and I love it. CL joined Weverse this week. The platform run by Big Hit has been reserved for Big Hit artists only up until now, but CL joining opens the door for a lot more artists to join in the future. TVXQ's Changmin is getting married in October. SM confirmed in a statement on September 28th that Changmin and his soon-to-be wife, who is not a celebrity, will be getting married on the 25th of October. The wedding was initially supposed to take place on September 5th, but Seoul was experiencing a spike in cases at the time, and so the wedding was delayed. Twice has earned a gold streaming certification in Japan. This is a pretty new certification from the RIAJ, but still, 50 million is a lot of streams and a nice accomplishment for Twice. And speaking of Japan, Nitsu announced their official debut will be on December 2nd with a song called Step and a Step. Red Velvet have been chosen as global Hallyu ambassadors for the 2020 K-Culture Festival. The festival is being held online this year from October 10th to November 29th. And last but not least, former iKON member BI has been appointed as an executive director of the IOK company. His new position began on September 28th, and among the 8 directors appointed, BI is the youngest by more than 7 years. Alright, now let's talk about what happened on music shows this week. Thanks to the holiday season this week in Korea, there were actually only 2 music show broadcasts, Show Champion and M Countdown. But Inkigayo, despite not having a broadcast, did still crown a winner. The boys took 2 wins for the Steeler on Show Champion and M Countdown, meanwhile Blackpink and Selena Gomez took their 3rd win for Ice Cream on Inkigayo. I personally cannot remember the last time an artist won a music show for a song that wasn't their latest single, yet with Lovesick Girls newly out, Blackpink has won for their previous single this week. Do you think Blackpink will take over the shows next week with their brand new album? Let me know down in the comments. Alright K-popers, you're officially caught up on everything going on in the K-pop world. Let me know what news items stood out to you down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss all the great K-pop news and entertainment that's coming to you each and every single week here at Hallyu.